legal name of business as per PAN. Once submitted, it generates a temporary reference number (TRN) which is valid for 15 days. Part B uses this temporary reference number (TRN) to retrieve the application from the GST portal to fill out rest of the fields and attach mandatory documents before submitting the application. Data filled is automatically validated at this stage. PAN is validated from the PAN database. Aadhaar number from the Unique Identification Authority of India UIDAI database and Corporate Identity Number CIN from the Ministry of Corporate Affairs MCA database. If the Director Identification Number DIN is also provided, it will be validated from the MCA database too. Successful submission of Part B generates an application reference number ARN which is sent to the taxpayer by email and SMS. When filling Part B of the application, please enter your name exactly as it appears in your PAN and Aadhaar documents. The submitted details will be validated automatically at the time of submitting the form. In case any of the provided details do not match with government records, you will not be able to proceed. After submitting, the application goes to a tax official for processing. The tax official needs to respond within 3 working days, where they can either approve the registration application or raise queries by issuing a notice seeking clarification. If the tax official approves, the GST portal will issue a Goods and Services Tax Identification Number GSTIN and a password which will be sent to the applicant. The registration certificate will also be issued and made available on the taxpayer's dashboard. However, if the tax official chooses to seek clarification on certain points, the applicant must respond to those queries within 7 working days. Otherwise, the option to approve the application will be removed by the system, and the tax official will only have the option to reject the application. Once the applicant responds to queries, the tax official needs to process them within the next 7 working days, where they can either approve or reject the application based on the applicant's response. If they approve it after reviewing the applicant's answers, the same approval process will follow. However, in case they do not feel satisfied with the responses given by the applicant and choose to reject the application, the system will generate the rejection order and will communicate the same to the applicant by an email and SMS. In case the tax official fails to take action on the registration application within 3 working days of filing or doesn't process the taxpayer's responses within 7 working days of receiving, the application will be deemed to have been approved. This completes the GST registration process overview. Now that we have looked at the registration process, let us now understand it better with the help of an activity. Drag each component to their respective places in the process diagram. Registering with GST is a simple 2-stage process consisting of Part A and Part B of the registration application. This video will introduce you to Part A of the registration application. To begin, access the GST website www.gst.gov.in. From the home page, open the Services menu. Click the registration category and select New Registration option. Note that the fields marked with a red color dot are mandatory fields. Select New Registration and provide your basic information including the permanent account number, PAN. Make sure to enter OTPs and notifications at this address and mobile phone number. Clicking Proceed will send two different OTPs. On the next page, enter the OTP received on mobile phone number in the mobile OTP field and the one received in the email OTP field and click Proceed. This will complete part A of TRN. It's that simple. Note down this TRN. It will be used to fill the part B of registration application. We'll see that in the next video. Of these steps. This video will introduce you to part B of the registration application. To begin, access the GST website www.gst.gov.in. From the home page, open the Services menu. Click the Registration category and select New Registration option. Select the Temporary Reference Number option and enter the TRN that was generated on submitting Part A of the registration application. Enter the CAPTCHA as usual and click Proceed. This will trigger an OTP. Enter the OTP received and proceed further. Notice the status of the registration application shows as draft. Go ahead and click the edit icon. Part B has 10 sections, with each section containing multiple fields that need to be filled up. Make sure to fill out all the mandatory fields, otherwise you will not be able to complete Part B. You get 15 days to fill and submit this application. In the Business Details section, provide the basic details of your business. Be careful when you select the constitution of business from the available options. Click the link to find out your central jurisdiction. Fill out rest of the fields and add information about your existing GST registrations, if any. Click Save and continue to save this information. Notice the Business Details section's color has now changed to blue and also has a tick on it, indicating the section is filled. You can now navigate to any section of the application and start filling the application. In the Promoter or Partners section, enter the personal information, identity information, and the residential address of the partner or promoter. In case of director, enter the director identification number allotted by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Next, upload the photograph of the person whose information is provided. Make sure the photograph is in JPEG format and size is less than 100 KB. In the Other Information section, select the slider to Yes if this person needs to be an authorized signatory also. Let's keep it as No for now. The next section allows entering details of the authorized signatories. Set the primary authorized signatory and enter relevant personal information. Provide identity information, residential address with PIN code, and upload necessary proof of authorization as signatory along with a photograph. Make sure the photograph is in JPEG format and size is less than 100 KB. You can add multiple authorized signatories by clicking the Add New button and adding the details. Click Save and continue to save this information. In the next section, you may enter details of any authorized representative if desired. Else, move to the next section, Principal Place of Business. Here, provide the address of your business premises, the contact information of the given location, nature of possession of the premise, and a document that supports this information. Make sure the document is in PDF or JPEG format and size is less than 1 MB. In case of the principal place of business is neither on rent nor on premise, select the other option and upload a no objection certificate (NOC) from the owner of the premises. Next, enter the nature of your business. Similarly, add the details of additional place of business in case you carry out business from multiple premises. Move on to the next section on goods and services related information. In this section, provide information related to 5 primary goods and services that you supply. Enter the name of the goods and services and the HSN, Harmonized System of Nomenclature Code, will be displayed. Move on to the next section on bank accounts. This section requires the details of at least one bank account that you are using for business purposes. Once you fill out the bank details, upload a supporting document such as the scanned copy of a cancelled check leaf, the account statement, or a copy of the passbook's first page. You may add more than one account also if you want. Link to find the IFSC code of the bank. In the next section, you may provide any state-specific information if desired. Else, you can jump to the last section of the application to verify that the information furnished is true and correct to have a legal binding. Once done, submit the application. For companies and limited liability partnerships, LLPs, it is mandatory to submit the application using the PAN-based Class 2 or 3 Digital Signature Certificate (DSC). But before submitting the application using DSC, the DSC needs to be registered using the Register DSC service on the portal. Alternatively, the application can be submitted using the e-sign or electronic verification code (EVC) option. Both these services are Aadhaar-based services and require you to have the mobile phone number registered with the Aadhaar database handy. In case of EVC, you will need to enter the OTP for authentication. Agree to the warning message, which says that all your furnished information is subject to verification and scrutiny. Upon successfully submitting Part B of the registration application, an acknowledgement reference number ARN will be displayed as well as sent on your mobile phone number and email address. If you go to the Saved Applications section in the GST portal and find your submitted application, you will notice that the status has changed 2. Pending for verification. It's that simple. In the next video, let's understand the process of answering queries that the tax officials might raise while processing the application. Click the play button to view the self-running demonstration of these steps. After you have submitted the registration application, it can be approved or rejected by tax official. Alternatively, tax official can raise a query and seek clarification. This video will guide you on how you can file a clarification to such queries raised by the tax official. To begin, access the GST website www.gst.gov.in. From the home page, open the Services menu. Click the Registration category and select New Registration option. Select the Temporary Reference Number option and enter the TRN that was generated on submitting Part A of the registration application. Enter the CAPTCHA as usual and click Proceed. This will trigger an OTP. Enter the OTP received and proceed further. Notice the status of the registration application shows as pending for clarification. Go ahead and click the Pending for Clarification link. The notice with the query raised by the tax official will be downloaded and displayed. Read the notice and note the application reference number ARN. Now, you can access the registration application to provide the clarification using this ARN. Open the Services menu. Click the Registration category and select Application for Filing Clarification option. Enter the ARN and click Search. The query raised by the tax official is displayed. Provide your response to the query raised. Provide any additional information that you may want to provide to the tax official. You can attach the document based on the query raised. Make sure the document is in PDF or JPEG format and of size up to 1 MB. Once done, verify the clarification. Select the name of the authorized signatory and submit the clarification using PAN-based Class 2 or 3 Digital Signature Certificate (DSC) in case of company or limited liability partnership (LLP). But before submitting the clarification using DSC, the DSC needs to be registered using the Register DSC service on the portal. In case other than company and LLP, the clarification can be submitted using the e-sign or electronic verification code (EVC) option as well. Both these services are Aadhaar-based services and require you to have the mobile phone number registered with the Aadhaar database handy. In case of EVC, you will need to enter the OTP for authentication. Agree to the warning message which says that all your furnished information is subject to verification and scrutiny. Upon successfully submitting the clarification, an acknowledgement reference number ARN will be displayed as well as sent on your mobile phone number and email address. It's that simple.